Well, I guess the hardest thing is overcoming procrastination, right? Battling that dark force. Now that we're in our second week, arranging your schedule to complete all your assignments on time may already be a challenge. You're busy, right? Nothing is more of a time bandit like procrastination, though. And believe me, I know I'm an expert. However, you have to just sort of put that away. Procrastination is when we put off what we need to be doing because we think we have something more important or maybe, let's face it, more fun to do. Well, the important thing I think is to structure your time as much as possible. Sometimes you might be procrastinating because you're afraid of failing. You want to be perfect. You want to do this absolutely right. And right now it's just too busy. You have to take all your time, right? All these are mind games. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Procrastination, though, can really cost you serious points in a school or an academic professional situation. So try not to do that. Try very hard to move past that particular part. Set up a schedule if you can and get to it. Just start. This, of course, is a drawing that you looked at. This particular one by, I believe it's Degas, but look at the wonderful kinds of modeling he's able to get with light in this. But Degas understood this, and you can see him here as he's trying. Actually, this isn't him, but you can see him showing this individual as he's really trying to nail what his ideas are. Just start. Make yourself a promise, maybe, by making a schedule. Uh, Commit to a student, a friend of yours that's online, or a new friend of yours that's online. Okay, let's see if we can be first in this, for an example, or let's see if we can post before anybody else does, or let's see if we can post at the same time. Anything that works. If you need to play these little games, then go ahead and do it. But the important thing is that you start. Just start, you know? The other thing that's really important, and I love choosing this data poster that's also one of your reading things that you're going to look at. The other thing that's really important in your posts is after you've committed, after you've talked about what you want to, remember in this one particularly, go back and give us some sort of a response. I think you're supposed to pick, not sure, but you're supposed to pick maybe two students, two of your team members, if you want to consider the whole class a team. You want to find those people and give them some kind of feedback, but make it have substance. And the reason I like this example so much is because it's a Dada example, all right? Dada, of course, was part of a movement in the early 20th century, and it was kind of mindless or senseless, or it meant that nothing had any meaning, really. It was kind of connected to the existentialists, but that's not important here. What I'm trying to do is show you that make sure your comments have substance. Make sure they have meaning. Don't just say, oh, I love your work, it was wonderful, and I can't think of anything to say good or bad about it. Well, that didn't work. That's just not it. That's just not it. You see this man's head right here, and it's filled with these women. It's not just he's too busy. I mean, he's overcompensating. When you first look at this piece, you may think, oh, good grief, what does that mean? Nothing. But if you look at it, you'll see it has a little substance, and that's what I want you to put in your comments when you get back and forth to each other. And again, start with a plan, okay? Start with a plan, a time management plan. I'm going to look at all these, before I go to bed tonight. I'm going to have looked at 6 of these. And don't put them off. So what if you've only got 4 minutes right now? By gosh, get them up there and look at the 4 you can, or the first one you can for 4 minutes. And then the next time you have 2 minutes come in. Make notes if you're like me and you can't remember for 1 minute to the next. And I guarantee you, if you make your plans, if you'll just start, and if you'll think about what you're doing, and remember, reply with substance, I guarantee you'll have success, okay? This is a little bit of a pep talk, I grant you, but I have good reason. I want you guys to succeed too, all right? Let's see where this takes us.